Songs, it's Iain from RTO here. Welcome to Retro Ranking, where we do concentrate on songs. And this week we do which is becoming a very popular sort of sub little thing that we do, and it's the bad songs. And this week I've found some songs that I don't like by Marillion. This is quite controversial as well, because there's songs on here that I don't like that I know other people do, but it's just a bit of fun. These are songs that I just really don't click with. Now 90% of Marillion stuff is fantastic from both eras, but you will see which era of Marillion that there are more bad ones for me personally. So that's 15. So we're going to start off with a Fish era one from the Fugazi album from 1984, and it's She Chameleon. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this should have never been on the album. The track that should have been on the album when it was the B-side of Assassin was Cinderella Search. It's a better song. The fans like it. It's just a dour song. The only uplifting bit of this song is Mark Kelly's keyboard solo. It's absolutely fabulous. Now, there is another version of this. It's on some of them early bootleg live performances. It's a better version of it. I don't know why they didn't go with that, because it was a bit more quirky. But yeah, She Chameleon. Ugh. Number 14. We move now to 1995, so we're on the Hogarth time. And this was a B-side of Beautiful. Now, I like Beautiful. It's a lovely song. Got quite fond memories of that song. And the person that watches this knows as well. And the B-side, though, Live Forever. Oh, God. Terrible song. It's all off-key. It's one of the worst songs I've ever. Even Steve Hogarth's vocals are horrible. Ugh. Go away. Don't need that rubbish. Okay, number 13. We're going to pop back to the Fish era. We're going to 1985. And this was off Misplaced Childhood. And it is the single version. I'm going to just state that. The single version of Lavender. Okay, it's never been one of my favourite songs on Misplaced Childhood. But having the extra guitar solo, just because I could release it as a single. I mean, it got to number 5, but I just don't like the extras thing. You can actually see it. Yeah, it's just been thrown in to extend it by about a minute. But there you go. I know there's lots of people that love this song, but I don't. Okay, coming in at number 12. 2008 now, Happiness is the Road, which is a double album, and it's not my favourite album by Marillion. Some of the tracks are dull, and this one is especially true. There's just nothing I can say about it that's good. It's a dirge. There's not some nice little bits now and again from Steve Rothery, but it's one of the memorable songs off that album. If you remember, I think they could have there are some good songs on this, put that on one album, ditch the others, put it out as a bonus CD, but yeah, it's not memorable. Okay, number 11, 1991, a single, got to number 34, and it's Dry Land. Now, this is a song that Steve Hogarth did with his previous band, the Europeans, and that's where it should have stayed. It's not Marillion, it's just poppy. Go away. This is the period where EMI wanted to make them poppy. And it's a horrible song. I don't like it. A lot of people love it, but you know, don't want leftovers from your old band, Steve. Okay, number 10. We move to 1999 and the Marillion.com album. And it's the shocking Interior Lulu. 16 minutes of dull, boring music. Except there is one little bit where you got a great little bit of Steve Rothery guitar for about 2 minutes, and then we go back to the... Oh dear. I even did an acoustic version of this, and that's even worse. But Interior Lulu, to me, is just anaesthetic music. Okay, coming in at number 9, we go to 2007 and the Somewhere Else album. And it's the title track, Somewhere Else. Another album I'm not a great fan of. But this is just an inspiring, it just doesn't lift you. There's nothing on here that says, oh, this is good. It's on the same key all the way through. Boring. Move on. Okay, coming in at number 8, we go to 1989 now, which is Steve Hogarth's first album, Season's End, and it's After Me. It's the weakest track off Season's End. It's the only one that lacks something. There's no body to it. I don't know if it was an afterthought. I just don't connect with this one. Never have. Sounds a bit better live, but that's about it. Okay, coming in at number 7. We're going back to the Somewhere Else album. And a track called Faith. The only highlight of this is, I think, Steve Rothery's playing the Gretsch. And that's it. The rest of it is dull. Boring. I just don't like it. It's just got no gumph in it. Quoting Monty Python, this wouldn't go vroom if you put 5,000 volts in it. It is that boring. Okay, number 6. 2001 now, for the Anarchaphobia album. Really good album, apart from The Fruit of the Wild Rose. Highlight of this is Pete's wonderful bass line. I'm talking of Pete, obviously he's had a little operation. He's sort of out, he's not doing Marillion at the moment, but there was a picture of him at Wembley and he's looking well. So keep well, Pete, and hopefully see you back with the band very shortly. But this is the only highlight of this track, is Pete's bass line. I don't see anything worth talking about. The rest is rubbish. Okay, at number 5, back to the happiness of the road. Yes, 2008. This Train Is My Life. Oh, one of those tracks that should never even make the album. I just didn't get this one. I really didn't. People go mad for it. Oh, I just can't see the fascination of this. It's just monotonously boring. I don't want to hear that on a Marillion album. Sorry. Okay, number 4. Back to Marillion.com, 1999, and the song Deserve. Why did we have to have a saxophone? Because it just ruins it. It's got a great riff from Steve Rothery. I love the riff of this. I love the tune, but the saxophone just absolutely ruins it. We should have had a decent keyboard bit for Mark Kelly, which would have sounded a lot better for me. And that's why I don't like it. The saxophone just ruins it. And I love saxophone, but I don't want to hear it on a Marillion song. One you've got Mark Kelly, who can do great stuff on keyboards. Okay, coming in at number 3. Back to Happiness Is the Road, I'm afraid. And the track Essence. This has got to be the worst track on the album. I very rarely play this album anyway, but this is dull as ditch water, and I just tend to skip this track. I'll just go bling, move on. I just don't like listening to it. It doesn't even sound good live. Yeah, it is just boring. Snooze tracks. Okay, my number 2. We go to 1991 now. Holidays in Eden album, but this was a single. Got to number 26. How the hell it did. No One Can. A pop song. Oh, It's pass the bucket round, please. Cheesy. I mean, they did write some great love songs. Well, Fish did, but this is absolutely garbage. This is certainly not a Market Square Heroes or Garden Party. If you think some of the great love songs, sort of the romantic songs, you know, Cinderella Search is a fine example. Chelsea Monday's a more of a lovish sort of song. There's some great songs, but this is just a pile of garbage and belongs in a bucket. But the number one track, oh dear. Now this was a track that was on their Less Is More album in 2009, where the whole album is pretty dirgy. They stripped down, it's like their acoustic album, Unplugged. It's not the best of albums, but they've made a track for that album, and it's called "It's Not Your Fault." And the only thing that really gets sung is "It's not your fault." It must be. I don't know how many times he keeps saying that, and it's the dullest and worst thing this band have ever recorded in their entire life. What were they thinking? I'm glad it's just on this. It's just horrible. I've never liked that song. As I said, there was a close call. Interior Lulu on this is not brilliant either. In fact, the whole album's just pointless. So there we go. I've picked my beloved Marillion to bits. But as I said, 90% of their tracks are absolutely fantastic. Okay, that's all for today. Have a good day, everyone, on St. George's Day. If you're British, be proud to be English. Okay, tomorrow is Marathon Day, and we've got a bit of a prog tomorrow. Again, we've got plenty of prog this week, and this is one of them bands that really did go under the radar, but they're a great band, and it's the wonderful band from Scotland, the Beggars Opera. So we'll be doing a bit of Beggars Opera tomorrow. So have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.